Hey, yo, how is everybody doing? Welcome to another podcast of the Jersey Ballerz podcast here. Season 2, episode 4. How quickly does it go? Shout out to everybody and to my boy, Jake. How's everything doing with you, Jake?
Everything's pretty good, man. Happy to be here.
I'm happy that you're here. So we have a lot to unpack. We'll probably do it quick because, NBA tonight. So it's time to go watch that afterwards. I know the pre-game's about to start pretty soon.
Yep.
So let's get into it. We already finished our championship. Unfortunately, another L.
Another L in the chip.
Yep. I'm so hurt. But congratulations to the Red Bud, right?
That's the name of the team, Red Bud.
Yeah, congratulations to them. I like their team, man. They were very humble. They weren't as cocky as the other ones that we've played. So, congratulations to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that showed up. All our friends that showed up to watch our game as well. We didn't get it this time, but,
We're not going to stop until we get it.
Yeah, there's going to be next season. Next season's coming up. So give me your thoughts about the game, then I'll tell you about mine.
I was, during the game, I was so locked into it. So I still, I can't wait until you finish editing it or whatever, and so I could really see the game and watch it. But my first thoughts on the game is that I thought it was like a good, exciting game to be a part of. Like you said, the other team was pretty humbled. There were some moments where they were a little braggadocious, but
well, aren't we all?
It's okay to be braggadocious.
Yeah, not disrespectful, but
yeah,
like you say, braggadocious.
Yeah, that's okay with me. Just it wasn't like the last championship game where those dudes were just on another level of
disrespectful.
Yeah,
so I remember.
I was happy to play these dudes, happy to go head to head with them. I loved how we had never played them in the season. They had never played us. It was our first time seeing each other. The game itself was exciting as hell, in the second half especially. It was fun.
Yeah. We 3 points? We lost by 3 points? Yeah, that wasn't. I mean, when I see it this way, if I lose, I want to lose by a lot. I don't want to lose by a little bit because I think it hurts more. To me, it hurts more because you feel like you're right there, that you could have won, and we can pick and choose all the things that we didn't do. So
I still feel like at the end, it's like it wasn't the official win, but we had little wins in the sense that I could look at the other team's faces and they looked scared, like we were about to come back. We beat ourselves.
They used all their timeouts. I know they were a little nervous.
They used all their timeouts. I wasted one of our timeouts, which we could have really used at the end of the game.
Yeah, that hurt us. That hurt us a bit. And but yeah, I mean, overall it was fun. I mean, everybody got their money's worth because the game was exciting. It wasn't like a one lopsided game. No, it was going back and forth. They had a good lead, then we made a comeback, then they went up again, then we made another comeback, and it was like right there. It was close. Their big man is good. I like their big.
I was going to ask you what you overall think of that big dude. He's one of the bigger dudes we've ever played. I think the Ogre was still bigger than him.
Yeah, but this guy is more athletic.
Definitely.
He shoots inside, he shoots outside, he gets rebound. He has like the whole package. So that was good. Then he surrounded himself with a lot of guards. A lot of shooters, so that was, it's good. They moved the ball well. I mean, that's very important. No ISO, even on the big man, even him, that he's so dominant. You can see that he knows, he passes the ball well. He goes to his spots. He picks and chooses when he wants to take a shot, when he wants to pass, and everything. I thought it was good, man. I like their team.
I thought their team was, they definitely played like a team. There's one kid on that team who I used to play ball with at Rutgers, and a few of them actually said that they recognized me from Rutgers, and I recognized them too. This one kid named Devesh, Jose had reintroduced me to him. Then there's this other kid on the team, Bobby, who came up to me after the game. He said he recognized us. He said it was a hell of a game. He said that we were talking. He said that their oldest player is 30 years old.
Oh yeah, and whose is that? The point guard?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it's a point guard. He looks young.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Probably. Who could it be?
I think it could have been one of the dudes from Rutgers because that's right around my time period.
Devesh?
Maybe, yeah. It could be him. Maybe it could be him. But I'm thinking in my head that our youngest player is not 30. We're obviously a little bit on the older side.
I think is a young man's game right now because there's a lot of new teams, a lot of new players coming in, a lot of young players coming in, and of course, fresh legs, lots of energy. You have to be like in tip top shape. Someone like me to keep up with them because it's kind of hard, man. They're so good. Even Amari has a hard time now. Amari at one time he was probably the best player in the league.
At one time, I would say he was, yeah.
Yeah, now
he's the most athletic and fast, for sure.
Now it feels that everybody has caught up to him already. There's a lot. We could bring that point guard, although he doesn't jump like Amari, but that point guard is super fast as well.
Which point guard?
The one that we just played, the ponytail.
Listen to this. This old show on Nickelodeon called Fairly Odd Parents?
Nah.
There's this character on there called Juandísimo.
It looks like him,
and it looks like this dude. That's what Jose had brought to mind.
Hey, did you tell him? Oh, but that was after.
I was gonna use it in the game to say some shit to him, but I pretty much kept quiet during this game. I did one or two things. I don't know if you caught. Did you see what I did at the end of the game that drew a foul on them that had them all pissed off about it?
No. What did you do?
We were shooting free throws. No. They were shooting free throws, and one of their guys was at the top of the 3-point line. On the outside, you can't be in. He was on the top of the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. He was like right over it.
Oh, was it right in the center of the 3-point line that you were pushing him with the hand?
I didn't push him. I literally put my foot in between him and stepped in. I was still behind the 3-point line, and I just sort of like
try to get position.
Stepped in front of him to sort of box him out, but also I was giving him a little bit of getting in his space, and he got mad and he pushed me. And the ref saw it, and I couldn't believe it, but the ref called it in our favor and said, foul on him.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that Devesh who did that?
No, that wasn't Devesh.
The pink sneakers?
No, it was the kid who, if I had to guess,
with the beard, right?
Yeah, he had the beard.
He's good. He goes inside a lot.
He was hitting threes.
Yeah.
He had like the design on his shorts, I think.
Yeah.
That kid.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that because
You do remember that play?
Yeah, I was in the opposite side. I remember that you put your hand and your feet in front of him. Then he tried to do it, and then you did it at the last minute. Then I heard the whistle.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what it was. I was paying attention. I don't know what I was paying attention.
That was at the 3-point line. I sort of thought that was like a clever, smart move by me to draw that. I was surprised that it worked out. But then there was a different play on the other side of the court with the point guard with the ponytail. Yeah. That I did my usual little hook that I sometimes do.
He didn't like it.
About that.
He didn't like it.
He was yapping at me. I didn't go back and forth with him.
Yeah, but overall, I can tell you that they're very humble because they actually came to our side to shake hands at the end.
Good for them.
I remember that. I saw the big man. I was, turning off the camera and everything, and he came to me. The other guys came to me. It was a good game, man. I got to give them all the credit.
They had been blowing teams out the whole season. I don't know what they expected from us. I wonder what they hear about us going in, if we're a good team or a bad team, what they think. But
remember, the last 2 games that we played, they stayed and watched us.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they watched us, and I saw them clapping for us at one. I think it was a semifinal, and now I remember it makes sense because it was against Pat's team, and the only loss they had it was against Pat.
Oh, so they didn't want to play that team again.
Or they just probably didn't want them to win because they had lost to them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I remember I told you 2 weeks ago, like they were clapping at us when we were making shots.
I remember you said that.
But yeah, I like that team. I hope they can come back again this upcoming season. Did you ask Devesh?
Yeah, this kid Bobby from their team, who I also recognize from Rutgers. He came up to me and Raj after the game, and he was saying it was a really good game, and we were asking him, "Are you guys going to be back next season?" But he said, "Nah." I think he said that they're going to skip the summer, but come back in the fall.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why teams are like that. We just come every single season.
And championship teams. The last 3 championship teams.
Yeah, why win the championship and then not try to defend it?
It was Ogre, the team, and then they didn't show up the following season. Then there was the blue team, and they won
just
everything.
Were one and done.
And they left, and now this team.
But I noticed with the Ogres team, right? They probably were going to be a one and done, but the fact that we beat them, the way that we beat them in the semifinal, it was no surprise to me that they came back the next season. They felt like they needed to come back and get revenge, and hey, they did, and then they bowed out.
And both games came to the wire. Our your game winner semifinals.
Yeah.
It was your game winner, and then that missed layup. That was their win. That was it.
Exactly.
Which we had it. That
We should have beat them on.
Yep. That layup was our win for the championship, and we missed it. I guess it wasn't meant to be. That sucks. But you know what?
Shout out. I'm not even going to name drop, who missed the layup because that's not important. But just know whoever that was who missed the layup is an outstanding player. We didn't expect him to miss the layup. I'm not holding it against him that he missed the layup. We were right there. V did the lob pass to him, told him what was going to go down. The dude shook the backboard. Excuse or not, I don't take any credit away from that player.
It was executed well. It was just, it was just, I guess it was just
the luck of the draw.
It was going to happen. We did the same thing to them the season before with that game winner. They didn't expect it. We didn't expect it. You hit it.
Yeah.
And then it just happened against us this time. And he also got fouled though. He also got fouled. Remember, he still had like 1 second more
when he went to go get the rebound.
He got slapped fouled. Right in the hand. So, but you can't really kill the refs for that, for not calling it. I won't kill him.
What was your take on these refs for this championship game? There was also that new ref who I'd never seen before.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm over them already. I mean, unless they do something like so obnoxious that I will question that. Other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, I have no issues with the refs.
Yeah,
the other team they were barking at the refs more than us as the game was getting close. It's a shame because they really were crumbling in the end, and we were putting the heat on them, and then we just didn't have enough time. If that game had went for 3 more minutes or 2 more minutes, we would have won that game.
Yeah, and I guess it was very intense. There were no stopping, so that was good. It wasn't like, oh, you guys got to stop because you guys are fighting, is throwing everything off. And
yeah, there was nothing.
No, it was good. It was just all basketball.
That was great.
Everything all basketball. Threes, foul. I remember I fouled the big guy. I'm like, I'm going to foul the hell out of him. And
he got an N1 on
He
you.
Still got an N1. He still went up. He's big.
That happened to me on the other side of the court in the first half. And I remember seeing you do it. It's like in that moment, you want to just foul him and stop the point, but damn, they're going to hit it sometimes.
I didn't think he was going to go up. Even I slapped his hand in the ball hard. Yeah. He still had the strength to go up. He's the big guy. He was like what, 6'6", 6'7", somewhere around there.
I would guess 6'5", 6'6".
He's pretty big. He's pretty big. He's pretty strong. But I like his game. He's not so ISO as others. Yeah, he knows how to pass. He knows. I told you he picks and chooses his spots, and that's good.
What about you? Remember that moment? When we were playing them zone at the end of the game, and that dude Juandísimo, the ponytail point guard, he hit a bomb of a 3. Do you remember that moment?
I think it was on the right side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the side closer to the shot to the score clock.
Yeah.
But we were playing zone, and whoever's on the top and whoever was on the wing, I was on the wing. He was sort of in between us, so it was like, okay, who's got him? And he just pulled up from pretty deep. So I'll give him credit on that shot.
It was like about 4 or 5 feet.
Maybe 6 feet behind the 3-point line.
Behind the 3-point line.
Do you remember like when he shot that, what you were thinking?
I remember. He's a good shooter, so I knew that one of them was going to fall in.
I know. You would have told me. I know that to have my hand up on him, I should have. Or Chris should have, or whoever was in the middle at that point.
He was confident at that moment. He was confident. But like I said, overall, the game was intense. I liked it. It wasn't chippy as, some of the other games. Like, it wasn't disrespectful. Oh, you this and that. No, it was just hard playing.
It was genuinely a good game. Respect towards them, and I think that they should respect us. That we definitely gave them a scare, like they were going to lose the game.
Yeah. And like I said, congratulations to them. I'm just replaying everything on my mind. I think that free throw that they shot and they got the ball, that should have been
our rebound.
We would have got that rebound. We probably would have tied it. We would have gotten up by 1.
What happened at that point after he missed the free throw and he got the rebound? What did we just send him back to the free throw line?
I think they threw it back out. I think the big guy got it. They were tipping it back and forth between Tony, Big Justin, and the big guy. Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 tips up, and then at the end the big guy
collected it. What happened next?
And I don't remember. I think he threw it back out and they regrouped. And then somebody got big. They fouled again.
We were fouling a lot at the end of the game. I didn't really understand that, but
stop the clock. Remember, we're stopping the clock.
Well, we can only stop under 2 minutes.
Yeah, but it was like 45 seconds, like 40.
Yeah, we must have fouled. They were at the free throw line, 2 or 3 different guys at the end of the game.
Yeah, and I think one went 1 for 1.
One kid hit. I remember the kid with the sweatpants hit both of them. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. The big guy made both.
Yeah.
He's a good free throw shooter. But I think there was another guy that went in, but he missed another one too.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And I mean, we were right there. I'm just trying to think. Then that desperate shot at the end, which I think holding to that timeout, we could have just called it then, regroup, and get a clean shot.
Yeah, that was.
It was 3-pointers, so we needed a 3 no matter what.
Yeah, that was my bad. That I had used the timeout. I remember that play where they doubled me right as I crossed half, but I didn't need to cross half because that's the rules in the league that they can't hit you until you cross half. I could have just backed up a little bit, rerouted, but instead I crossed over, got doubled, and wasted the timeout.
It was a quick timeout. It was really quick. I think they just came to you. You just turned and called timeout right then and there. But going back to the last play, I think probably Tony would have been the last person taking the shot. The last person opened, I would think, on a pick and roll. Maybe even
Had
Scott.
to be a 3. I would say Scott or Tony.
Because they were going to zero in on Scott. Because remember, Scott was hitting the threes, and Tony had missed a whole bunch of threes. So I would give my chance to Tony, just because
he'd be more open.
He would be more open.
Scott had been hitting threes, and I'm so locked into the game, it's hard to remember. Scott was hitting a few at the end.
Scott was hitting threes. Remember, he threw that desperate 3, and he made it.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah. Now I
just
do remember.
Before that one.
Yeah, just I do. That made the game really close.
Yeah, it was 2 points. 2 points.
I remember. But I guess before that, I had hit 1 or 2.
Yep. And then I think Justin would have probably hit that 3 as well.
Yeah, well, any of us really.
Yeah, and that's it, man. That's it. That's how the ball bounces, bro. That's how the ball bounces. I can't. The only thing I can say, I'm happy that at least we're in the playoffs every season.
That we mostly make it there.
Yeah, that we're there all the time, and we're the oldest team. We're the oldest team.
And again, I know you're not saying that it's not good enough that we're just making it there because we want to win the whole thing, but I'm not gonna say that it's, the fact that we get to compete in them now, it's even like now, that was like our 9th time being in it in our 12 or 13 seasons, like our 9th time.
We can't complain because it's not easy being there, and a lot of people might think it is. And it's not easy being there.
We have that advantage that we keep going there, so now we should feel comfortable there. We just have to finish the job.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about now regrouping and just going into the next season with a positive mind.
This is like my favorite time of the year to play basketball, like this past season and then this next one. I just love when the weather is nice, you can go outside and practice with people. The NBA the playoffs are happening, so everybody's into it now. We've won the summer season before. Let's try to do it again. I think we won the last 2 summer seasons, actually, if you think about it.
Yeah
We did win the last 2 summer seasons, so we could go for a third summer season in a row.
I mean, I think that it's never a fluke when we make it to the playoffs. They always know that we're going to make it. It's just that, hey, their teams are good. It's not that we're playing shitty teams and we're losing to bad teams. No, we're playing really good teams.
It's always those 1 or 2 teams that are definitely good. I want Heyday to have even more better teams.
Yeah,
I think it's going to happen sooner or later, just because word's going to get out that it's a competitive league.
Ogre team was good.
They were really good.
The blue team from last season, they were really good. They're just too cocky. But you got to give them their respects too. They were very good. All of them. You can't say, oh, they got a weak player there. No, they were all good.
That team was really good. They just, I don't respect them how they conducted themselves. But
yeah, well, sometimes you're gonna find teams like that. That their smaller guy was probably their second best player. Their skinnier, smaller guy about my height.
Yeah,
he was their best. Probably I want to say their second best player. Maybe their best 3-point shooter. Mm-hmm. And
I know who you're talking about, the beard kid.
Yeah. Then the point guard was really good. Then the other big guy was really good. It's like all of them. They all knew how to play. Plus, they're all young, man. I think they're all under 30. I don't think they're any of them.
I think Ed had told me that they actually those guys went to Ed's high school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I forget if he said that I think he said they were younger than him. He could have said older, but like a few years different. So either they're 2 or 3 years older or 2 or 3 years younger.
They got fresh legs. They got like 20 years. They're fresher legs than I do.
Definitely.
Think about it. I'm breaking apart, and they're just peaking right now.
Yeah.
Because you usually peak around 30 something. That's when I peaked at that time.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is, man. That's what happens when you get old. Gotcha. But yeah, man. What are you looking forward to this upcoming season?
I looking forward to this upcoming season? You know, it's only 3 weeks away. I sort of like when we have a little bit of a break. Sometimes it used to just be the next following week, so we have a little bit of a break, have a moment to miss it for a second, and then get back to it. What am I looking forward to? Just our revenge tour again, trying to come back and make it all the way and win it this time. You know, sharing the ball better as a team, working on that, just continuing to pass the ball around. We already do a good job, but
yeah, I don't think we have a problem with that.
Sometimes it's flat.
No Eagles.
No,
at least.
But for myself, you know, trying to be a little bit more aggressive at times. Tried not to make bonehead plays and call timeouts when I'm not supposed to. Make free throws when I'm supposed to.
That's your second one.
Yeah.
That's your second one.
What about you?
Me, getting healthy. That's probably the most important thing, because I was not healthy the entire season. I can't do crap. So getting healthy is probably my primary thing, and then just everything. Maybe the second thing would be seeing what kind of team is going to show up. What's going to be the next new team that's going to show up is going to be good. There's always this one team that shows up.
I'm waiting for Ed's team to start, you know, being a force again. They're always, you know, they always make the league exciting. And now John and Ed are together. You know, I hope that they have a good team. Maybe Amari comes back. I saw Amari last week just messing around with them at the end of the game.
Did you watch him play?
I was on the side watching a little bit.
How did he do?
He looked good.
Yeah, same as always.
Pretty much.
Yeah. How about that other big guy, the white guy, the dunker?
I didn't see him.
He was there before us. I don't know if.
Oh yeah, with Marcelo's team, right?
I don't know if he's injured or what, but
yeah,
didn't see him the same as before when he was dunking all over the place.
I'm waiting for Marcelo to, you know, put it together a good team again. I think that he could always be be a part of a really good team. I'm waiting for him to have a good team.
Yeah, I just don't think he meshes with Jelly Jam, but well, there's too many guards.
Yeah,
they're all guards. I saw him a little slower. I don't know if he
had been injured. He had broke his foot, and now he came back.
So I don't know if he's coming back. He's still not in shape. So that's something to see. Then Pat's team, he's bringing his team back again. That's going to be fun. They're going to be tough.
Yeah,
as well.
Armando
They're always
and Pat.
tough. Yeah, they're always tough no matter what. But having their team is always good. I always tell you, I like that kid that they have pink sneakers. So
yeah, I know which one you're talking
the point
about.
guard.
The point guard.
Yeah, the point guard. He's pretty good. I like him. And then who else? The kid with the glasses. Your friend, the 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
Remember, he had the one that shoots from 3, the chubby one. He's the other one that
Gene.
Yeah, Gene.
Yeah.
He's the other one that I'm waiting to see what he's gonna bring next. What kind of players he's gonna have. I don't know if he gets it from free agency or he's just friends.
He's one of the most consistent players. He's been there since we've been.
Yeah, maybe longer. Maybe
you remember the very first season that we did. Scott was on a different team.
Yeah.
Gene was on a team. Maybe even Scott and Gene were on the same team together.
Yeah.
As free agents, I remember Scott had told me he sort of joined as a free agent.
And then remember the Indian kid, the Indian team with the uniforms and everything. They didn't show up this season.
Lights out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a good team.
I've still literally never played them because I've always been either injured or maybe I missed a game to a vacation. I've never gotten to play them.
And then they picked up that kid at the end, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, the kid.
And he was really good. He was their
really
best player.
Definitely.
He was their best player. So I don't know why they stopped coming, man.
I know why.
Why?
I don't even blame them. Who knows if this is the reason why, but they played in that championship game on that slippery ass floor.
And you think that was it?
If I was them, and I could see it being a valid reason. Like, yeah, I don't want to play in this league anymore because here we had a championship game and the floor was slippery. Someone could have got hurt.
Yeah.
But we'd still come back because we just love the league. But that was, that's the one time we've seen it.
But now they're gonna be with another issue, having one ref instead of two.
That was another issue. This having one ref in the first playoff game,
and it makes a big difference too. Because
how could one ref see the whole floor?
He can't keep up though. Remember, he can't keep up. So I mean, I can't beat him up. 2 weeks ago, I couldn't beat him up. I can't. What can you say to him? We're running back and forth. He can't keep up. So he's just gonna call whatever he sees from wherever he's at.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the best that he can do. And aside from that, I mean, that's all I'm looking for: getting healthy and just seeing what chips are gonna move where. Who's gonna be that free agent is gonna bolster the Jelly Jam, or he's gonna bolster Marcelo's team or whoever it is that we know already. So that's gonna be fun, and then just get prepared for another season. What, season 13?
I think it's season 13 or 14.
No, 13. Yeah,
Season 13. Wow.
that's a long time, man.
I'm hoping to at least hit 20 seasons.
Before you retire?
Nah, because I still want to keep playing even after that. But it would just be cool to do 20 seasons.
I think 3 more years that makes it the 20 season. I think like 3 more years. I'll be 51, bro. I'll be 51. I don't know.
I don't ever see you stopping ever. You're gonna do wheelchair basketball after this.
I found the over 55, bro. So I'm looking forward to that one.
The over 55 league.
Yeah, no,
Or just pickup?
No, pickup. I found that one. So I'll do that one. I'm in the over 40 already, so that one is fun. I like it. And yeah, man, that's how it is. Then after that, I don't know if they have a senior citizen one over 60. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm trying to convince like Eugene to come with me in the over 40.
People want to know if your body can keep going and if you could keep playing at this old age, this tender age that you're at. People want to know.
Only my body's is the only one that's gonna be able to tell me if it can keep going or not. Because I mean, at this moment, I'm injured. Been injured 3 months already.
It's tough.
So yeah, I just gotta get healthy, man. Gotta drink that goat milk. Gotta get that
goat milk from Chris. Chris, where you at?
Yeah, no, Chris, and I know there's other people that sell that fake goat milk too. So I'll probably get it from them too. So tell me about the NBA, man. What are you following? Which one are you following of the teams the most? The Mavericks or the Celtics?
I'm really rooting for the Mavericks.
Caitlin Clark.
And then she's a big name too. I've been paying attention to the stuff that's been happening with her.
Yeah, that push when they hit her and all that.
That girl named, I think her name is Kennedy Carter.
Yeah, she's pretty, bro. You seen them when they got makeup and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think I saw her on the podium, like talking afterwards. But I listened to Draymond Green's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
People might think that's funny because maybe some people see similarities between me and Draymond Green. It's possible. I wouldn't rule it out. I just love to play hard. I like that. I love that he's a player, and then he really was revolutionary that he's a player speaking about games moments after they happen.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. Like in the finals 2 years ago, that was unheard of, and he was doing that 2 years ago when the Warriors beat the Celtics.
He gives the opinion of what happened during the game, like
a
recap.
Was on the floor. Yeah, but what I was gonna say was that I liked what he said about Kennedy Carter. He said he's familiar with that villain role. If you're going to take on that villain role, then stand on it when you're on the podium. Because she got asked a question, the Kennedy Carter girl, and was like, got asked a question, what was that about when you shoved Caitlin Clark? And she said, no question. I'm not taking questions on Caitlin Clark. So Draymond criticized her and said, if you're going to do it, then stand on it. That's the only thing I don't respect about that.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the one from the Indiana Pacers, the point guard.
Halliburton?
He's talking all this shit when he's winning, but when he's losing, he doesn't say anything.
I didn't know he talks shit when he's winning.
Yeah. And so I think who said that? Somebody from the MSG or somebody from ESPN said, okay, so I don't respect it because if you're gonna do it when you're winning, you have to do it when you're losing as well. You can't just do it when you're winning.
I think with everything like that, when you're winning, when you're losing, when there's good times with the team, bad times with the team, you got to stay with the team.
Yeah, got to be consistent. So I mean, in that sense, he has to work on that.
Have you seen that thing with Halliburton? How when he's like speaking, he supposedly has like 2 different voices that come and go.
I heard of it, but no, I haven't really heard his voice. I just heard the comments.
I've watched 2 or 3 different interviews where he actually does it, where he's got one tone of voice, and then. Before his sentence finishes, he's on a new tone of voice, and people are just saying it's like he's like 2 different people. It's sort of funny to see.
Damn, man, that kind of remind me of the movie Split.
Yeah, I know that movie.
Yeah, that he changes personalities and all that shit.
But I watched the Pacers Knicks series. Both of the Knicks series were great series, but I liked how Halliburton played in the Knicks series.
That sucks because. I don't even want to think about that Knicks series. They had the chances, but look, now they got blown out by the Celtics.
Pacers.
Yeah.
They got swept, but there were some pretty good games.
Yeah, the first one, that's it.
Nah, and then even the third one, the first game without Halliburton, they came down to the wire. But yeah, in terms of
I don't think it was close though. It was never close. That's the only thing. But
in terms of the finals, right? I'm definitely rooting for the Mavericks just because I have a feeling for Kyrie, that he's from Jersey, that he's a guard, that represents us guards
and all that shit that he was talking before. Now he's got to, the Nets situation, the Celtics situation. He was in the Celtics too after the Cavs, right? After the Cavs, he was in the Celtics.
That's a big part of it. Is that Kyrie is an ex-Celtic and Porzingis is an ex-Maverick.
Maverick, yeah, ex-Maverick, ex-Nick.
Damn. How do Knicks fans feel about Porzingis now?
I don't know.
He was that dude back then for the Knicks.
I don't know. I think he had an interview that said that he kind of regrets everything the way it happened. It should have never happened that way.
That he regrets everything that went down with the Knicks.
Yeah, the way it went down. But that's it. I mean, I think it's neutral. Nobody dislikes him. Nobody likes him. It's just neutral. Okay. But I just see more. I think about more Jalen Brunson. How does he feel if the Mavericks win the championship? He was 2 years removed from there. That's what I think. And
I don't think. Do I think that? I don't know if that would bother him. I don't know too much about that.
Maybe.
I think he's just happy to be. I think he's happy as hell with his current situation. How could he not be?
Man, if they get Mikal Bridges, he'll be even happier because he'll have the whole Villanova squad.
That's an insane thing to see.
And then they got to bring his other boy. What's his name? The one that they shipped out to Detroit. That other white kid. What's his name? Apachuria? No, that's his name. I forgot his name. He writes the bench. He writes the bench.
I still know he's got a difficult last name to pronounce.
Yeah. He writes the bench, and I heard he calls the 3 seconds all the time, or he calls something from the bench all the time. So he's known for that. But he's very, very good friends with Jalen Brunson and Hart and DiVincenzo. So
how much do you like Josh Hart?
I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he hustles like crazy.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's like a smaller version of Draymond Green. Okay. That's how I think. And
but what do you think is gonna happen? So the Mavericks are down 0-1.
I think they're gonna make a comeback, man. I think they're gonna probably tie it tonight. Mm-hmm. It's tonight that they're playing, right? Yeah. They're probably tied tonight. I still think it's gonna go 7. Who's gonna win? I mean, it all depends. On injuries, Porzingis, if he gets injured or not. Maybe I give the slight edge to Boston. Mm-hmm. And I want to say 7. How about you?
I keep having the idea in my head that like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are not like hungry enough, like they're not like gonna go get it. But I've also seen them prove me wrong. Like they have been hungry at the end of games, especially Jaylen Brown. He hit that crazy 3 in the Pacers series at the end of the game. These other guys also chip in, like Derek White and Al Horford. Yeah. I see them. They do play hard. I just have that idea for some reason, about Tatum and Brown, that they're not going to like go after it and just enforce a win the same way that a Kyrie or Luka would.
Let me ask you a question. You know White, right? Derek White.
Yeah.
You know who he looks like, right?
Who does he look like?
From one of the guys that we played with. Think about it. Think about it.
Someone who's played on our team?
No.
Or someone who's played in the league?
Pickup.
Yeah. Okay. Derek White.
Yeah.
He looks like Derek White.
Yeah, he looks like Derek White. And when I tell you his name, you're going to say, oh, hell yeah, he looks like him.
What's the first letter of the person's name?
J.
J? Oh, okay. Are you going to say that John looks like Derek White?
No. Let me tell you who it is.
Who?
Jeremy.
Oh, I can see that.
Tell me it doesn't look like him.
I can see
That's exactly like him.
Not exactly, but I can see it a little.
Yo, bro, it looks like him. The beard and everything.
Yeah.
It looks like him. That's every time I see White, that's who I think of.
Yeah.
Jeremy. So I hope he got back already, because I know he had he had an injury.
Who, Derek White or Jeremy?
No, Jeremy. Remember,
I want to see Jeremy in a league. Whether he's on my team or against me, I want to see Jeremy in a league.
He'll probably play with John. He gets along with John. Him and you know who else? Kyle.
John told me that Kyle is like not interested in playing anymore.
I don't know, man. Probably gambling a lot, or I don't know. I don't know,
but I used to like playing with Kyle, and I hope if Kyle hears this that he still knows that he's good and that he's good enough to play and that he should keep playing.
He should keep playing, man. He's young, bro. He's under 30. He's under 30. He should keep playing.
How long did you know Kyle? Did you just know him and John just would always be together?
No. I met Kyle first, and then I invited Kyle to play
in that Monroe League
outside. No, outside
okay.
in Rutgers, okay. And that's where he met everybody else. John and
Oh.
Rosh, and everybody else. Then I invited him to play in Highland Park. He showed up to Highland Park, and that's how they all met. So they started. Then Kyle started going with John to other pickup places.
We had a fun season that season in Monroe. I had fun doing that. It was just a super long drive to get there.
How long was the drive?
For me, it was like 55 minutes every single time to get there.
Yeah.
Sometimes longer if there was traffic, but it was usually like late night games too.
And that league is nice, man, because this has got 3 divisions. You get to pick, but even the lowest division is still
has good teams.
It still has good teams, man. So imagine the B division or the A division, how tough it could be.
Mm-hmm.
But
do you want to join any other leagues, or you still just want to stick with Heyday for now?
We could join another league as long as I have as long as I'm healthy for one, and as long as I have the time and the availability. Of course, I want to play till I can't.
Yeah.
Till I have to. Even though I have to ice my knees after the game, I'm like freaking basketball players already. They have all the ice packs and everything. That's exactly how I do. I wake up with pain on my knees, both knees. Struggle to tie my shoes sometimes. Hey, that's just how it is. Yeah. You don't have that in the mornings.
Everybody used to know me with the shin splints.
Yeah, but you haven't had it in a long time. Knock on wood.
Yeah, for real. Knock on wood. Right here.
Yeah, right here.
I had to do a lot of work to try to not, to strengthen those muscles in my shins. And I stopped like running outside. I used to run and take jogs outside and run on the treadmill all the time.
And it will mess you up.
And I think that just all that pounding on my legs, screwed up with my shins. But I think some injuries, you just have them and you get over them eventually too.
I'm just trying to think. I still think that having a knee injury is worse than having an ankle injury, even though both can be the same. You can't really do much, but knee is kind of hard.
I feel like the knee is probably worse. Yeah,
kind of hard to come back. I mean, you can't really do anything as much as you think that you can't. Like me, I can't move laterally, so that's if I have somebody I'm defending, he's gonna go by me. I can't turn to go.
I feel like your ankle you could tie up tight as hell and just get through it. Where your knee, all that force when you want to jump.
When I put pressure to jump, I can't. Doesn't allow me. So then I'm using the other knee to compensate, and then the shot is off. It's always off, but this time it's off by a lot.
How'd you feel in the championship game when you had that one moment? You had the one, I think it was the one shot that
1-3. I thought it was
1-3 at the end of the game. I thought you would still hit it, but I just knew in my head this is going to be a difficult shot because you're cold. You haven't been shooting.
And I was far. For me at that point with the knee, it's too far for me.
It was right on target. Just hit the rim.
Because basically I'm not releasing it with my wrist. I'm using my legs and my forearm and everything just to basically throw it. I'm just throwing it out there. But
it looked good, but I could just tell too, like you weren't in the midst of shooting and pulling. So now here you have a big ass shot at the end of the game. It just didn't feel.
Yeah.
If you had made it, I would have been like, I wouldn't have been shocked, but I would have been like, wow, that's a difficult shot.
I would have been shocked. I was like, damn, I went for 1-for-1. That was my first shot. That was my first basket.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, everything else, I just remember Scott's 3-pointer that he made. At the end.
I'm trying to think of that one because there was also that one that he fell to the ground on. I really do think he got fouled there.
The last play?
Yeah, I don't think that he was flopping. I mean, maybe he exaggerated it, but I think he got fouled.
I don't think it was the last play.
No, the very last play was, there was 2 different ones. There was like the second to last where I drove baseline and sort of dropped it to him with my right hand. He came up and then he took the shot and I think he got fouled. Then there was the last play of the game where I ended up with the rebound, gave it to Scott. He ran up and shot it.
So could it have been that he had the last 3 shots? Because remember, he made one, and now I remember that he also fell on another one that he shot,
and he made that
and
one.
we were all screaming, "That's a foul! That's a foul!" But nobody called anything.
Did he make that one?
No, he didn't make it.
I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't make it. And then the last one, I don't think it was that bad, but he just had 2 guys on him.
Yeah.
But hey, that's how the ball bounces, bro. Now, what can you do?
We took the L. Props to those dudes again, but I'm excited to come back next season. And it was a great, I'm still happy the fact that it was a great game.
The football players, I didn't see them at all this season. They weren't there.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Football players weren't there. Who else? I'm just trying to think who else.
Remember there used to be the team, the LVPs, that team with that girl.
The old men.
Yeah. No, well, old men.
They still there.
Now they call themselves Refurbished Goods. That's the name of their team. And
that's a good name.
That dude, Kenny. the little rambunctious one, he said to me, he was like, "We're gonna see you guys in the championship." They lost to Redbud in the semifinal. We saw them yapping and getting into it physically too.
Oh yeah, with them.
With Redbud.
With them. Yeah.
Who would we have a better shot at beating? Redbud or Old Men in the championship?
I think Old Men, because we match up better with them, even though they're good. But age-wise, I think we match up better with them.
That would have been the battle of the old guys. That
the
game.
battle of the old man who was gonna get a
That would
trophy.
be crazy, but not even with Redbud. Respect to them for beating us. We were capable of beating them. We just didn't win on our own. I feel like it was more. I feel like it was more us than them. They played good, but we didn't. We played bad in the first half and good in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah. But we always say that too.
Nah, because I'll go back to
the
last championship game, and we were just lost by what, 15?
With the blue team. But yeah. You're right. It never felt that it was close.
Exactly.
Even though we came back. I think it was like 5 points, right? 6 points, somewhere around.
We got it close,
but it was never. It never felt close.
Yeah,
it never felt close.
You're right. This game felt close.
Yeah, and this they were sweating bullets. Let's be honest.
They were
sweating bullets. Those 2 timeouts at the end, they were like, we gotta talk about it. Yeah. They didn't even sit down. They huddle up, sort of like doing like us.
If there had been a minute and 30 seconds left in that game, we would have won the game.
Yeah. But it was a great game, man. I like it because I'm part of something that I'm always gonna remember.
Mm-hmm.
And at least I can say that I can always look forward to being in the playoffs. I can't say that this season definitely we're not gonna make the playoffs. No, we're gonna make the playoffs. Now it's just a matter if we can get over that hump.
And once we get into the playoffs, anything happens.
Anything happens.
We've won the championship as the 4 seed before. We've won the championship probably as the 1 or 2 seed too.
And be in undefeated teams.
We've beaten undefeated
twice.
teams. We've went in there undefeated and lost.
There's a little bit of everything in it, and it's good because I like it because you don't go there thinking, oh, you know what, this team is always gonna win. Why are we competing? We're only gonna go for second all the time, so it's not even fun anymore.
No,
I like it because every season is someone new. Every season is someone new.
Once we win another championship, I'll state once we're gonna win one again. Once we win another one, I still want to win 2 in a row. We've never done that.
And remember that one that had the long streak, the playoff long streak was Jelly Jam. They were there in the playoffs for a long time, like probably more than 6-7 seasons.
Yeah, I feel at this point like we've outlasted them. They were there before us, but at this point we've outlasted them. And I'm looking at Ed and John and them. I want them to get back. Apparently, this season I think that they might be better than this last one, but I want them to not miss the playoffs. That's crazy.
We've only missed 1 playoff.
Ever. Right? I think just missed only 1.
12 seasons, 1 playoff. And as well, it was probably season 7 or 8, somewhere around there. That's probably that's the only one there. After that, I mean, it's good because we always know that we're going to make it to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Then it's just a matter of, are we going to win the championship? Are we going to make it to the finals and stuff like that? There's just been better teams. That's just how it is. Mm-hmm. That's just how it is. But it like you told me the other day, it makes you appreciate it a lot more because you know how hard it is to go and win the championship. It's not that easy.
It's crazy because in our first 3 seasons, I think we won 2, or we made it to back-to-back chips. Our very first season, we won the chip. But so at that point, you're thinking it's tough, but like, okay, now we're seeing that we keep getting there and losing. It's going to make it that much more amazing when we do win it.
Yeah, and we're going to appreciate it more. Mm-hmm. That's how it is. How many seasons have we lost before when we did our last one, when we won our championship? Is this 5 seasons?
How many seasons have we lost what?
No, when was the last time that we got the championship? 3 seasons ago?
No, I remember all of them. I could tell you.
Okay, the last one.
The last championship that we won, it was in August or September of last year. So like the summer one.
3 seasons ago.
So that was the one where we were the Cinderella story, where we're the fucking 4th seed.
Yeah.
Season's a mess throughout the season. We end up squeezing in as the 4th seed, and then there was the semifinal against the Ogre team that we won at the very end. Mm-hmm. Then we win the championship against Ed's team. Then the very next season, we go back to the championship and lose by 1 point.
Yeah.
So the last time we won the championship was August or September of last year.
So three seasons ago, I want to say.
And the one before that was August or September of the one before that too. So it's like the last 2 summer seasons we've won. Now here we go with the 3rd summer season. We literally could win 3 summer seasons in a row if you want to look at it like that.
I mean, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be harder this season. This season coming up, I'm expecting a lot of changes with the with the teams and stuff like that. They're not only going to get better, they're going to get stronger, and I feel there's going to be newer teams as well.
I think so. I mean, the last this past season didn't have as many good teams. It had Red Bud, and besides Red Bud, like Armando's team could have been a threat, but they really weren't. Besides this season, every other season has been really good.
I actually thought Marcelo's team was going to be good.
Yeah, I thought they would be. I thought they were going to be better. So they had the tall dude. They had Marcelo. I don't know why.
And they had the kid with the spots.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the kid with the skin condition.
Yeah, yeah. He's really good. I like him.
He is good.
I like him. And then they have the Asian kid too.
Which kid?
The bigger kid. He's the Asian kid that plays small forward for them.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Because there's another Asian kid on another team. I think Old Man.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
I
know who you're talking about.
He's also good, but that kid in Marcelo's team, he's good. I mean, who else do they have there? I'm just trying to think, man. There's so many players, man. There's so many players, and I hope Amari gets back.
No, the league's not the same without Amari.
That would be fun if he gets back. But I think they'll be in the same situation with all guards. You know, unless they want to bring their big guy.
Nah, they learned their lesson with that.
They learned the lesson though. Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm very excited for this upcoming season. It starts in 3 weeks, so I just have to be
Get ready.
I'm just saying, me personally, just healthy. That's what I would say. Everything else will have to fall in place.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Can't wait. 3 weeks away.
And please, I just have 2 refs, not 1 ref. Hey, did we have to pay double for that one time?
No, the time that we had the 1 ref, they instead of doing 40, they charged us 30.
Why not 20?
I guess because
it's
the
double the work.
A lot of work to do.
Yeah, double the work. I mean, makes sense, but that's stupid during the playoffs. I can see that during the regular season, but still.
I miss Jason. That's our longtime ref that's been there since the beginning. That he hasn't been here recently.
Yeah, man. Well, he's getting paid better now.
Yeah, I assume so. He came for like 1 game this season. He was here for like 1 or 2 games this season.
At the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Well, they better figure out. Even the young kid, man. I wouldn't mind having him back.
Who?
The young kid, the young ref.
The young ref?
Yeah, the one that's been refereeing.
Oh yeah.
With the older guy.
Yeah, his name. I know both of them. Is Anthony, and the older one's Tom.
Yeah. So even them, I wouldn't mind pairing together. I like them. They work together well.
Yeah, I don't expect the refs to be amazing. I just expect them to try to be fair on both sides. Pretty much.
Try to be somewhat consistent in certain things as well.
Yeah.
If you're going to call a foul here, make sure you call it here. If you're not going to call it here, okay, so just don't call it here. Yeah, that's it. But other than that, I mean, I can't complain about anything else. Except when we have the 9:30 games. Damn, man, that 9:30 games.
The 9:30 game is tough.
Yeah, man, because we get there, Applebee's is already it's about to be closed because the games are late. They say 9:30. We start 10 o'clock.
That usually every other season has been more on time, but this season is like it's
late,
they
bro.
say 9:30. It starts at 10.
You're done. We're shaking hands and they're shutting off the lights. And you're like, yo, bro, let me at least get my bag.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean. That's hopefully they can get. I don't want the 6:30 though. That's too early, man. Because traffic is bad at 6:30.
Yeah. Then you gotta spend all that time in the car just to get there, rush from work. I don't mind the later games because of my work schedule, but it's still I want my teammates to feel good about it, and nobody likes the 9:30.
I mean, I do because I have older kids, so it's kind of tough. And then having to bring them late, and then have to shower, and then have to wake them up in the morning. It's tough.
They probably love it. They probably love being out late with you.
Yeah, they don't care, man. Are we going to Applebee's? No, and that's it. Last time we no Applebee's. We were going to pizza, and the pizza closed a minute before
you got there.
Yeah, so that was it. They were pissed off, and hey, it is what it is. Yep, it is what it is. And so you say you're going for Dallas, and I'm going for Celtics.
Mm-hmm. That's who you think's gonna win?
I feel in Game 7 if there's no injuries. And I think Porzingis is probably the main player. If they lose him due to injury, I mean, I see it's going to be tough for the Celtics. I think Jaylen Brown, if I'm the way I've seen, I think Jaylen Brown it's better than Jason Tatum when it comes to clutch moments. But I don't know. I mean, they're both great. I think they share the ball well, and I think it's just flip of a coin. It doesn't matter. Hey, they're not selfish with each other, so they can. Any of the two can, take it down.
You saw what Jason Kidd said, and people are speculating that it was like a mind game that he played.
I heard it was something about the coaching, but no, I didn't.
No, in a press conference after the first loss, I think they said, what'd you think of Jaylen Brown tonight or something? And he just responded and said, yeah, Jaylen Brown's their best player. So he's adding fuel to the fire with that narrative that
with Tatum.
Everybody wants Tatum and Brown to fight about who's the head honcho, who's the head dude.
I don't think they listen to that noise.
I don't think that they care.
Yeah, it's like us. We don't care about a lot of things. Yeah.
No, we don't
Same
care.
Thing. We
the
don't
best
pay.
Player is, none of that.
Yeah, we don't pay attention to a lot of shit. So that's how I see them. They don't really care. Whoever they can talk. Hey, whoever want to talk, they can talk, and doesn't bother you. Doesn't bother me. I don't think it bothers them as well.
No, but I do think Jason Kidd. I think it was a smart move by Jason Kidd, an attempt. What do you have to lose? Maybe you say Jaylen Brown's the best player, and that makes Jason Tatum play out of his, take shots that he shouldn't be taking the next game, trying to be bigger than he is. Jason Kidd, it doesn't bother me that Jason Kidd does these little mind games because his play backs it up. His pass, Jason Kidd's one of the best players of all time.
Yeah.
Best point guard. He knows the game. There's that one game where Jason Kidd didn't have any timeouts left, but he still wanted the game to stop. So he told one of his assistants or one of the ball boys, to knock into him when he had a cup of water to buy some time. I was joking in the championship game to Jose. I said to Jose, should I go trip over the wire on the score clock? Because I had burned that timeout. I said, should I go trip over the wire to burn some time? But I didn't do that.
You should have. Hey,
I should have tripped over the wire and had Bryce pissed off.
Everything. It doesn't matter, man. Last minute, desperate times calls for desperate measures.
Yeah, we could have pulled it off. Imagine if I had tripped over the wire, and then we would have had to re-put the score, re-put the clock, stop the game. Could have got our breath and then drawn up a play for Scott to hit a three or something.
Yeah, I mean, you know what we should do? We should have that injury, that fake injury. Did you see what's his face? Who was this in the Lakers? I forgot the center, man. The one that they always do bloopers on him. Shaq's always cracking up on him. What's his name?
Anthony Davis?
No. Anthony Davis was the one that had the ball. So the other guy faked an injury, so he walked out of the game, like outside the lines. But he was faking, so that guy that was sticking him let him go. Then they went to double Anthony Davis. So that guy came back in. Anthony Davis gave him the ball, and he dunked the ball.
It was one of the big guys on the Lakers?
Yeah. What's his name? If I know him, he's all over the place. I forgot his name, man. But I'll look now. That is bothering me.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you who he is. He plays all over. He probably played for like 15 teams already, and they're always picking him up.
In a way, if you're not blatantly disrespecting the rules, it's sort of a smart way to do different things.
I think it's a smart thing to do. Don't we do that? Don't we do certain things? We hold the clock, hold the ball. We walk to the line, and before we get to half court, that's what I do. I walk the line.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I just do all the things. And that pisses some of the players off. Yo, look, did you remember Armando last 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And he was mad because I was slowing the ball.
Oh,
you were slowing it.
Yeah,
little ref, look, they're slow. They're going to slow the ball down.
You better,
it's part of the game. It's part of the rules.
I'll go to the free throw line, take my sweet time because the clock is still running.
Until they say something. Well, until they change the rules, well, you just gotta use it. It pisses them off. Well, that's kind of the point. That's kind of the point. Throw them off. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this upcoming season. 3 weeks is a long time for me, but I would be desperate if I was good, if I was healthy. I would be desperate. I was like, no, I want to start tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
I want to be back in the playoffs already. But we gotta wait another 6 to 8 weeks to get there.
Yeah, yep. So I mean, right now I can say that I can wait just because I want to get healthy.
Yeah, you take advantage of the time.
That's the only thing. I'll probably go to a Chinese doctor once again and have him mess with my knee and see what he tells me. And I went to the doctor, Chinese doctor. I made a line. There was like 15 people ahead of me. Got there like 10:30. He saw me like an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
And he says your tendons were out of place. So I don't know what that meant. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I didn't see he did anything but just touch my knee. He just touched it. It wasn't even hard or soft. He just touched it. And then he says, yeah, you see that plant, those plants right there? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, Chinese tradition, we had it for 200 years, and we use that for medicine. I was like, yeah? Oh, as long as it just makes my knee better, I don't care. So he went in the back room. He came back with what looked like a patch with shit on it.
Yeah.
And he then just put it on there. He wrapped it up. He's like, you ready to go?
Did it help you?
$60. That's what he told me. $60.
Yeah.
And then it started getting cold, and I was with Rob.
Yeah.
He's the one that took me. So Rob was like showing him the knee, the elbow, the forearm, the wrist. He was injured all over the place.
Rob had his own injury?
Yeah, he had his own injury.
That was nice that he came to our game.
Yeah. And CJ. So shout out to them, man.
Yeah, shout out to both of them.
Yeah, and also Rob's friend. Did you see? He came too. He came to see the game.
I'm not sure if I saw him.
Yeah, he came afterwards.
What about our guy Phil, who's been here before? Why didn't Phil come?
I told him, but
Phil, come on. We miss you, man.
I think Phil got personal things that he's going through. He's fixing his car. Bro, I don't know. I don't know what.
Has he been going to the pickup in South Brunswick?
Yeah, he's not gonna miss that. He brings his
whole suitcase. I know.
Yeah, he's like, you want water? You want apple, fruit salad, you hamburger, hot dogs. You tell me, what do you want? I got shrimps. I got. Yeah. That's like, bro, I appreciate it. Thanks, man. I'm good. I just ate before I came. I like, dude, I don't even know how long those stuff that he's offering me.
In his bag?
Yeah, he take. You see that? Have you seen it?
Yeah, that one time I went.
That big, huge bag. He carries that suitcase.
I saw it.
And I'm like, all right, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny, Mr. Top 10. I try to invite Rob to come. Yeah, bro, can you come and tell your fans that that you're top 5 and let's talk about it? And he was like, no, because I'm not top 5. So maybe he never told me if he's probably over the top 5 or under the top 5. He didn't say anything. So we're gonna invite him at some point. He can come and tell us. Okay. But yeah, let's wrap it up because we have that game to go see.
Yeah, I want to see what happens.
So anything else that you have in mind before we leave?
Nah, just give Red Bud our respect again. Hopefully one day we can get in contact with them and have them come here and talk to them about how they felt in that game. Hopefully we see them again. And I'm that the league should know that you're gonna see us again. We're gonna be back there again.
By the way, it's not that we're shutting down or anything like that. We're just making some upgrades. That's why we're taking our time with some of the stuff. Or maybe next time you guys will see us in a different and new setting.
Okay.
So it's a work in progress, like you tell me. We're working on those things, setting up. It takes time, bro. It takes time to do this crap.
All this shit takes time.
Yeah. So I gotta get it right. So that's what we're doing. We're not slacking. We're working behind the scene. That's what we're doing. All right, guys. So we'll see each other in the new season, right? Season 3, bro.
Of the podcast.
Of the podcast.
Season 13 of the league.
Season 3. Season 13 of the league, and we'll be ready to roll, man. Hopefully we probably could do it in 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks when the season starts before our first game.
The week before it starts, yeah.
Yeah, before our first game, and like I said, shout out to everybody that showed up. Hopefully we get more friends to come to our game. It was kind of fun to see all of them. They were very happy. They as soon as we finished the game, they told, yo, man, I'm sorry that you lost, but the game was very exciting.
It was an exciting game.
Yeah, it wasn't a boring game. It was very exciting.
Yeah.
You guys were this close. Yeah. You guys almost had it. But
we fought back. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that as well.
That we fought back. Of course, we want the win, but at least we fought back.
Yeah, shout out to Tony, Chris, Big Justin, Little Justin,
Scott, Raj, Jose.
Yep, and everybody else that showed up there, Mama Chris, Little Isaac, and everybody else, man. All right, so we'll see you in a couple of weeks.